Hi kids, welcome to our session Module 4 Day 2 and it's about direct and reported speech. For our lesson objectives, you'll be able to transform direct speech to reported speech and vice versa, and of course, use direct speech and reported speech appropriately in varied contexts. And then let's recall. I want you to identify if the given statement is direct or reported. There is one hopeful soul, said Mang Cesar, and that is a direct speech. Pare Crispin offered that he would pay Mang Cesar double next harvest. Of course, that is reported. The place is quiet this time, replied Pare Crispin. Direct speech. Pare Crispin said that his wife had stopped receiving laundry because she had been sick. That statement falls to reported speech. And lastly, Mang Cesar said Pare Crispin always produces good harvest on the farm is an example of direct speech. Now let's have this one. To change a direct speech to a reported speech and vice versa, you need to take note of the following details. If the verb inside quotation marks is in the present tense, change it into the corresponding past tense. Example, the woman said, I like singing. We'll change the verb inside quotation marks, I like singing, into the past tense. So we'll change like there to the past tense of it is liked. So in the reported speech, the woman said that she liked singing. Remember that if we talk about reported speech, we are referring to someone that was said either by ourselves or by someone else in the past. In the formula with the reported speech, the person speaking, the woman said, followed by a relative pronoun that, and then the pronoun, change the pronoun from subject to object. She there reflects back to the woman, and then change the verb inside quotation marks into past tense. You have it there, liked, and then continue with the rest of the sentence. The woman said that she likes singing. If the verb is in the simple past tense, change it into past perfect tense. Amaya said, I saw Jose at the park. Remember that past perfect tense formula is had plus past participle. Inside indirect speech, Amaya said that she had seen Jose at the park. Next, if the verb is in the present perfect tense, change it to past perfect tense in the reported speech. If the tense is in the past perfect tense in the direct speech, the verb in the reported speech remains the same. For example, Marlene said, I have seen the movie. I have seen falls to the present perfect tense because the formula of it is has or have plus present perfect tense. So we have to change the verb inside the quotation marks into past perfect tense. Marlene said that she had seen the movie. Change in modals from can to could, will to would, may to might. Example, Miss Lim said I will pass my report by 9 a.m. Miss Lim said that she would, so we changed will to would, pass her report by 9 a.m. When the verb inside the quotation marks expresses a universal truth, we do not normally change it into past tense. He said every person has basic rights. And of course, that's the universal truth, so it will remain the same. He said that every person has basic rights. Another example of basic truth, the earth travels round the sun. So with that, if we'll change that one into reported, it's still, no? It's still the same. No need to change the verb into past tense. Use pronouns appropriately. Pronouns also change in a reported or direct speech. See the table below for reference. So direct speech, use I, we, you, my, our, your. For reported speech, it will transform into he, she, they, he, she, they, his, her, their, his, her, their. And if the direct speech, use me, us, you, mine, ours, yours. For reported speech, it will transform into him, her, them, him, her, them, his, hers, theirs, his, hers, theirs. For example, Para Crispin said, I am thinking of going back to my old trade. So we have to change the pronouns. We have here the I and then the my. And then also don't forget that verb. So for indirect or reported speech, Para Crispin that, okay, change I to he, to was, thinking of going back to, okay, my to his old trade. So his and he reflects back to Para Crispin. Change of place and time. Words expressing nearness in time or place in direct speech are generally changed into words expressing distance in indirect speech. Nearness, that's for direct speech, and for indirect speech, will have distance. And then take note with the words like now will change into then, today, that day, tomorrow, the next day, here, there, yesterday, the day before, ago, before, this, that, thus, so, this, those, come, go, next week or month, following week or month. For example, I will come back tomorrow, Clara promised the children. So what would be the indirect speech or reported speech? So Clara promised the children that she would come back the next day. So we already changed it, no? Everything, the pronouns and tense of the verb, and also the time element. Now let's try. His son promised, I will fix the problem as soon as possible. That's the direct speech. So we'll change that one into reported, and then you have to identify the correct verb. His son explained that he fixes, would fix, has to fix the problem as soon as possible. We'll look at the main verb, will fix. So will, we have to change that one into, okay, congratulations. The wife of Crispin said, I suffered a lot from the drought. The wife of Crispin said that she, okay, given with the past tense, we'll change it into past participle. What would it be? Suffered, had suffered, would suffer a lot from drought. Congratulations. Mang Cesar stated rice is ready for harvesting. Mang Cesar stated that rice, we have here present. So was, will be, has been, ready for harvesting. We'll change that one into simple past. The children mentioned we played on the farm yesterday. The children mentioned that they, past tense, so we'll change it into past perfect tense. Is it were playing? Play had played on the farm the other day. Okay, had played. For your turn, I want you to create your own example. Write them in your notebook. Samples for direct speech and then reported speech. And of course, we have to remember that to change a direct speech to a reported speech and vice versa, you need to take note of the following important details: tense of the verb, and of course, the pronouns. That would be all. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you on our next virtual class. Bye!